All right, everybody. Welcome to TSP. I am Dr. Evil Genius, one half of the podcast team, and I wanted to hurry up and get this video out to you guys because we have breaking news. Breaking news, y'all. This is from Jeff Passan just 5 minutes ago at the time of this recording. The Los Angeles Dodgers have officially signed all of the rest of the Major League Baseball free agents. You heard that right. The Los Angeles Dodgers have officially signed all of the rest of the players in Major League Baseball. We've never seen anything like this before. This is extraordinary news, y'all. In the history of American pro sports, we have never seen, because we have a unique opportunity here to see the entire National League be comprised, all of the All-Stars, the Midsummer Classic, All-Star Game, the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the American League, coming to you here in 2025. Now, I know that sounds ridiculous and hyperbole, but this is really where we have gotten to as a sport. I know a lot of us are baseball fans, and no shade to Dodgers fans or even the Dodgers team. But I'm going to explain to you guys why this is not a good thing, even for Dodgers fans. Okay, so I got a text message from one of my really good friends. We've been friends since I think it was like 1997. Okay, so do the math on that. Okay, and he let me know that the Los Angeles Dodgers officially signed Tanner Scott to a 4-year, $72 million contract. Now, on the face of that, it's really not a big deal. You know, Tanner Scott is one of the preeminent relief pitchers in the game. And it's a really good signing for the Dodgers, okay? But here's the thing. Tanner Scott is not the problem. It has now gotten to the point where using the loopholes in the collective bargaining agreement, the Los Angeles, or the way that I like to call them, the LAOA Dodgers, basically now have number one starters at all 5 or 6 positions in their starting lineup as far as their starting pitchers. They have pretty much all-star level players at either every field position or close to every field position. And the reason why that's bad is basically encapsulated by one of my ladies who does the editing. She'll probably be editing this video. I explained to her the premise of the video, and she immediately had this assessment. And I'm going to try to get as close to her words as possible. She basically said, if everybody is playing on the same team, if all the good players are all on the same team, then there's no competition. And there, you know, if there's no competition, then why should people even watch the games? Oh, there's a parking spot opening up. Oh my God. Oh my God, I didn't think this guy was leaving. Sorry, folks. I gotta get this parking spot. This is New York City, y'all. The dude pulled out of the perfect parking spot for me. Oh, woo! So, let me park this while I make my point. So, she's not a sports fan. I got to make that very clear to y'all. You know, the editor for this video, she's not a sports fan. And the thing that she said to me is, if there's no competition, why would anybody want to watch? And in her mind, she says, people don't want to watch sports just for winning. They want to watch sports because of competition. And the fact that she's not a sports fan, and those were the very first words out of her mouth when I explained to her that pretty much all of the league's all-stars are all signing on to one team. That was her response. So if a person who does not have any rooting interest in any sports team on the planet has this perception of any team, because it doesn't really matter if it's the Dodgers. You know, obviously I'm a New York Mets fan. If the Mets did the same thing, my reaction would be the same. Last year, here on TSP, we did a video about the Dodgers signing Shohei Ohtani to a $700 million contract. And my co-host, who is a Boston Red Sox fan, and myself, a New York Mets fan, both looked at the long-term ramifications of that contract, and we looked at it, and it was no-brainer. It was easy to see how this signing would be bad for the sport. Not bad for other teams, but not the Dodgers, bad for the sport. Earlier this offseason, the New York Mets and Steve Cohen, the richest owner in all of Major League Baseball and the fourth or fifth richest owner in all of North American pro sports, made the biggest splash of the offseason, the biggest single splash of the offseason, by signing Juan Soto to a 15-year, let's just call it for what it is, $805 million contract. We all know that Juan Soto is going to opt out after year 5, and the Mets are going to invoke the clause to negate the opt-out. So for all intents and purposes, Juan Soto is going to earn, at the end of the contract, more than $805 million. There are incentives for Juan Soto to earn extra money for his placing in, NLCS MVP, his placing in World Series MVP, All-Star appearances, Silver Slugger awards, where he falls in the MVP conversation. There's extra added bonus money. So he'll make more than $805 million in his contract. And as a New York Mets fan, I am telling you guys, it's a bad signing for baseball. Am I happy that Juan Soto was on my team? Well, I was, until I saw what the rest of the offseason looked like. And this has nothing to do with the whole Pete Alonso saga and, Alex Bregman, whether or not he'll sign with any of the contending teams. To me, the Juan Soto signing means absolutely nothing, because the 2025 World Series champions have already been crowned, and pitchers and catchers have not reported yet. We're a month away from pitchers and catchers reporting, and the season is not even worth playing. And I think if I were a Dodgers fan, would I be happy about this? Well, I would at least have mixed feelings about this, because it's kind of like if you were a basketball player. If you beat everybody that lives in your house, who gives a shit? If there's no competition, how proud can you be of being the champion? If the champion is already crowned before the season, why would anybody want to watch? And my second wife, who is not even a sports fan, that's the first thing she said. I had a conversation with a Yankee fan friend of mine who can be a little much when it comes to him talking about, just how better his Yankees are than everybody else. He can be a little bit much about it, right? But we've been friends for almost 30 years, okay? He is the one that broke the Tanner Scott signing to me. And we had a conversation before I left the house just now. And one of the things that hit me about the conversation is, The New York Mets and the New York Yankees are part of the haves when it comes to fan bases in Major League Baseball. We have the most money. We have, we're, destination teams for free agents. If the New York Mets fan and the New York Yankee fan can both, in the conversation, admit that the World Series champions have already been crowned before the season starts, it's not good for the sport. Because even if you do have a dominant team, if there is no friction, if there is no doubt about who is going to win, then there's no enthusiasm. If you take away competition from the top half of the league in their fan bases, I'm talking about the New York fan bases, the Chicago fan bases, the rest of the California teams, because the only thing that we had to look forward to were the Diamondbacks and the Padres at least putting up a fight and having entertaining games to watch. The Dodgers are going to win 130 plus games this year and probably sweep their way through the playoffs. If the fan bases around the league, if 29 fan bases have no reason to watch the game, the question is, can the LA Dodger fan base recoup all of the lost revenue and all of the lost ratings from people just simply looking at their summer and saying, well, my team has zero chance to win. We're going to play second out of 30 teams, but it's not worth watching because we already know who the champion is before the season even starts. Again, this is no hate on Dodgers fans. But I have to wonder, as a Dodgers fan, if you're a Dodgers fan coming to this channel, first of all, welcome. Definitely talk your shit. We're not going to flame you for your opinions. We definitely want to hear your opinions here. I want to know how proud can you feel of a championship when you already know that the championship's in the bag before the first game is even played. When Roki Sasaki made himself available to MLB teams, Major League Baseball was not very confident about the so-called open field that Sasaki and his agent claimed that there was going to be. 20 teams are interested in signing Roki Sasaki. Everybody's putting together vignettes and books and comic books and all of this stuff to woo him over to their team. Major League Baseball investigated because even they had a feeling that he was going nowhere but the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Dodgers have 6 number 1 starters. Now they're going to have the best closers and the best relief core. And they're going to have all-stars at most of the positions of the field. We might be seeing 9 plus Dodgers on the all-star team. It is going to be the Dodgers versus the American League. And again, I get it. Dodgers fans, be happy. You won the 2025 World Series. But even I have to question, how happy can you really be? And here's the thing, guys. Fan bases of all 30 teams lose in all of this. The Major League Baseball Players Association will lose because of this. Why? Because this is the dream scenario of all of the owners that don't spend money. This is the dream scenario for the homeless Athletics, for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, of Los Angeles, of California, of North America, of the Western Hemisphere, of planet Earth, of the Milky Way galaxy. They're happy about this. All of the teams that don't spend are thrilled that the Dodgers are doing this. Because once the sport gets to the place where the sport is just broken and nobody has any faith in any competition, we're not even talking about parity. Nobody's talking about parity. We're talking about a foregone conclusion before the game, before the season starts. This is what the owners are going to use to force the Major League Baseball Players Association to agree to a hard cap without a salary floor. They're going to let the Dodgers run wild on the league. The Dodgers are going to have contracts that they sign in this offseason that they're still going to be paying out on in the year 2183. And Rob Manfred is going to continue to allow this to keep happening. And then when the next collective bargaining situation comes up and the revenues are at all-time lows, because I'm telling you, again, Dodgers fans, great for you guys, but you're not a fan base that is large enough to make up for all of the lost revenue from the fan bases of all the other 30 MLB, all the other 29 MLB teams. You're not going to make up the revenue. When you're not going to watch so many games and buy so many tickets and buy so many concessions to make up for the rest of the fan bases having double-digit percentage drop-offs in attendance, in concession sales, in ratings, in viewership. You're not going to make up for it. No matter what you do, no matter how much you're willing to spend to watch basically the National League All-Stars versus everybody else. My Yankee fan friend said that the Yankees should just say F it. Sign Jack Flaherty and some other all-star that's left. I think he said Bregman, if I'm not mistaken. And I told him, I said, I don't think the Yankees should do it, because the Yankees are up against the last level of the luxury tax. And why would you spend big money when you have zero chance to beat the Dodgers? Even if the Yankees make the World Series in 2025, they're just going to get swept, no matter who they sign the rest of the year. If the Mets sign Pete Alonso and sign a couple of other top-tier relievers or whatever, whoever is left, it won't matter, because the Mets have zero chance to beat the Dodgers. The Padres have zero chance to beat the Dodgers. The Arizona Diamondbacks have, you guessed it, zero chance to beat the Dodgers. And even if it wasn't true, even if it turns out that the Dodgers only win 129 games and they actually lose one game in the postseason in 2025, the appearance that there is zero competition in the league is going to drop viewership, ballpark attendance, and overall revenue for the entire league. This is like the owners going on strike, allowing the Dodgers to do this. The owners are going on strike. This is like a soft lockout. That's what this is. I've got non-sports fans looking at this situation and saying the same thing as avid baseball fans. When Roki Sasaki did his fake, the Blue Jays are in it, because now it's a meme. The Blue Jays are always finishing second to all of the league's premier. The Blue Jays are being used to drive up the prices on other teams, even when the prices can't be even driven up. Why Sasaki even claimed that the Blue Jays were an option is beyond me. But Roki Sasaki said, oh my God, I want a challenge. That's what his agent said. We want a challenge. So we're going to go to a team that doesn't need me. Free championship ring I don't have to work for. Yeah, that's a big challenge, guy. When you look on the MLB Facebook page and you scroll down, every non-Dodger fan is like, so, number one, we all knew he was going there. Number two, we know that all of the rest of the free agents are going to the Dodgers. Why should we watch? If you go and look at all of the posts on the Major League Baseball Facebook page right now, and you look at the comments all the way down the board, baseball fans are all saying the same thing. I'm talking to non-sports fans. They're saying the same thing as every non-Dodgers fan. That is not good for the Dodgers. That is not good for their fans and the rest of baseball fans in the United States. I've heard people calling them the Tokyo Dodgers. I've been calling them the LA away Dodgers, the LA away Dodgers, because of all of the deferred contracts. People are saying that the Nippon Professional Baseball League, or whatever it is, the MPB, that they are the minor league affiliate of the Dodgers. When baseball fans have become so cynical that they don't have any belief that there's any competition, you're going to lose everybody. And again, I get it, guys. Go out there and get your money. Get the most money you can get. If you're fine with deferred money and getting the last payment on your contract after your grandkids have already passed away, do you. But understand that there are some underlying consequences for the whole sport to pay. The Juan Soto contract going to my team, bad for the sport. All of the league's all-stars signing with the Dodgers is bad for the sport. In my opinion. In the opinion of everybody who's not a Dodgers fan, I would probably say 30% of Dodgers fans see this for what it is. And non-sports fans are looking at this like, why are you guys pouring all of your heart and soul and emotions into something when there's no... Would you guys ever watch a superhero movie where all of the villains were defeated in the introduction to the movie? Would you care? Would you guys care about the North American general presidential election if there was only one candidate? Would you really care? Without the appearance of competition, your sport is in a lot of trouble. Period, point blank. In the comment section down below, I definitely want to know your opinion on A, my rant, B, the state of Major League Baseball, and C, if you are an LA Dodger fan, I need to hear from you. How excited are you to have already won the 2025 World Series championship before pitchers and catchers have reported? Is that exciting to you? Does that get you riveted? Are you emotionally invested in this team? Or is it possible that you guys might not even watch the games or spend your hard-earned money when you already know they're going to win pretty much every game this year? They're going to have an 850 to 900 win percentage. So I need to know from the Dodgers fans, from the fans of other teams, and if you are a TSP watcher, I salute you. You let me know, if you're a non-sports fan, if you heard that all of the league's best players were signing on one team, if you would find that interesting in any context. Because maybe I'm missing something. I could be wrong. I am wrong 85% of the time in 64% of situations. For TSP and New York Mets fan Dr. Evil Genius, see ya on the next video, and maybe we'll make another video about the Dodgers if the Dodgers fans show up. Maybe I'll do a follow-up to this. All right, now it's time for me to hit that heavy squat. I'll see you later.